what Robert Smith will shoot against him, but I certainly am, because they've really been bowling big games against Walter Ray Williams Jr. He's been bowling great, but unable to get it done as far as getting that win of late. Robert Smith, first frame.
Kid looks cool, and nudges that 10-pin, but won't go over. So Robert Smith, first shot here in the title match, but I still got to bring up, because I'm amazed that these rookies coming out here look so cool, but they've had a lot of preparation. And he bowled on Team USA, Patrick Healy, a great amateur. So Smith trying to pick up the 10-pin.
I got it, Dennis.
Having some fun with the crowd. As Walter Ray Williams Jr., who led last week and lost really a heartbreaking loss to Brian Voss, 6'2". 39 years old, 18 years out here on tour from Orlando.
And the same start that Robert Smith had. A half pocket 10 on lane 15 for Robert Smith. Half pocket 10 on lane 16 for Walter Ray. And you think we'll have 20 10-pins left tonight? Well, we've had 19 so far.
I think it's a good bet. Yeah, I bet we'll have 20. He's cashed in 14 out of the 20 tournaments, and 14 times, 13 out of those 14 made the top 24 as he picks up the 10-pin. First player to surpass the $2 million mark in career earnings. She's now over $2,200,000.
He just keeps putting more distance on me every week.
You keep dropping. What are you, fourth now on the list?
Somewhere in there. Walter Ray averaged 237 on this pair, so the two high average players are bowling each other for the title. Walter Ray, he's playing a little bit of the inside line, a little further to the right than what Robert Smith is playing, but still toward the inside of the lane as we take a look at Walter Ray Williams, the beautiful shot that just gets high flush in the pocket, and you almost feel like with the carry, as difficult as it is here at this bowling center, that you need to hit high flush to get them all down.
Smith up in the second frame. Comes back in a 9. Yeah, that is a solid 9.
Fortunate just to leave the 9. That ball was well left of his target. He knows it. The ball was fortunate that it held the pocket and didn't go any higher. And with as much strength as he has, 9 pins aren't that uncommon.
Finished fourth once again in the AC Delco Classic earlier this year as he goes at the 9. So Smith starts off this title match with a couple of spares, leaving a 10-pin and then a 9-pin. Walter Ray with a spare. He left a 10-pin in that first frame, comes back with a strike.
And both of our players wearing the wireless microphone, so we'll listen in to see if they have anything to say about their shots.
This kid's got a great future, only 24 years old.
And the 4-9, and I was here yesterday. I watched all 16 games, Phil, and there were a lot of 4-9s left. We'll take a look from behind at Robert Smith. Looks like a good shot right here, but look, it hooks just a little bit high. Looks like it's probably just going to be the 4-pin. Ends up being the 4 and the 9. He's kind of worried right now, but he doesn't think it's going to be that bad.
Only way to get it, really, nick that 4-pin on the left side, right?
Got to cut the 4-pin over into the 9. He's going to throw a bullet at it.
So an open for Robert Smith in the third frame. He is down by 14 pins to Walter Ray Williams, looking for his 27th PBA championship.
And Walter hasn't had too many breaks on television lately, but that's certainly a great break for Walter as he attempts to take that 14-pin lead up to 24.
All right.
I told you he was right.
Scared me.
Me too.
So Walter Ray coming up with a big double.
And Walter Ray showing the power of his ball as well. Take a look at this reaction.
Oh, yeah. And for Walter Ray, he says he wants to have more first-place finishes than seconds. He's finished second a number of times. 30 times he has finished second. 26 championships. Another 9.
Oh, no. This time it's on tie at least not.
He certainly liked it off his hand, but that ball just got in just a little bit high. Blowing a little moisture into the thumb hole, and helps to make it just a little tackier, get a good feel of the ball. Walters certainly doesn't take anything for granted.
And he's able to pick it up. Oh, yeah.
That kind of ragged him a little bit.
You know, when you talk about all the second place finishes, though, it's not that he lost from the top seed all those times. I mean, he may have come up from 5th or 4th. So, you know, he does have 26 firsts and 30 seconds. And another great player by the name of Earl Anthony had more second place finishes than first two.
Yes, he did.
Smith jumps on it with the strike in the 4th. So it's Walter Ray Williams Jr. battling the young player. 24-year-old Robert Smith here in the title match of the Brunswick Long Island Open.
Robert Smith making a little bit of a move further left on the lane. You can see his ball starting around the 24th board, going out. The ball still didn't touch that 9-pin, but fortunately for Robert, something did.
Smith needs a strike here, big double to get right back in it. He trails by 23 right now. He cut it to 13 with a strike. Cut through the heart.
What are you doing?
Now he'll have to make a big adjustment on the left lane.
Make the move, ball goes.
You can hear him say, I've got to move more. And take a look at the pins. He went right through the heart again. Leaving the 3 and the 6, needs to make sure that he picks up this spare. Doesn't want to give Walter Ray a cheap one, although maybe Walter Ray deserves it, but Robert Smith doesn't want to be the one handing anything over to Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Well, Smith was able to get one monkey off his back. He had not won a match on television before last game. He was 0-2 with a 209 average as Walter Ray sets up to bowl here in the 5th.
Well, he threw the ball, asked for it to hook, saw that it was going to hook, and then asked for it to carry.
You know, when I bowl, I tell my ball to hook. It doesn't sometimes do it. It's nice when you can have a ball that answers you. Walter Ray, boy, he's got a strike in the 5th. He now leads by 23 midway through the championship match.
There's a lot of frustration in all those second place finishes. Walter Ray wants to take care of it, and right now he's 33 pins up. He looks to win title number 27 here in Coram.
Robert Smith trails by 33 to Walter Ray Williams Jr. here in the title match. So Robert Smith really has to get it going, doesn't he?
Right now is the time for Robert Smith. Trails by 33 pins. He's only bowling the best bowler on our tour today. No pressure. That's got to hang on. And it does. A great shot for Robert Smith. With a strike here, he can cut it down to 23 pins. But more importantly, Phil, a strike here will let Walter Ray know that, hey, I'm still around. I'm not going to make it easy on you.
Still got to finish out the match. And when you think of Walter Ray, you think the best player. Saying hi to his wife, Paige. He's the best bowler on the planet. No doubt. He is unbelievable. 66 straight weeks. He's been ranked number 1 by the PBA computer rankings. Smith, a little more loft. Oh, a solid 7.
Boy, that is just a terrible break. Just high flush in the pocket and the 7-pin stands. And for Robert Smith, I think he knows right now that his chances of title number 1 and getting that berth into the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions probably are not going to be happening today, but Walter Ray still needs to get through the game. It's not over yet.
So Robert Smith picks up the 7-pin.
And they're the co-proprietors here at Coram Country Lanes, John Laspina and his brother Peter Laspina. Very, very cordial all week long. We certainly thank them for all the hard work they've done to make this tournament so great. As Walter Ray Williams is up in the 7th frame, looking to take big-time command. And
A little better than that.
Didn't like the shot. Left the 10.
And one thing about Walter is that as you take a look, watch the 6-pin, as it'll just be lazy in the channel. It won't come out and get the 10 out. Walter is not the kind of player who will probably make a bad shot late in the game. He's going to live in that pocket. They don't call him Deadeye because he's not accurate.
6-time horseshoe pitching champion of the world as he picks up that 10-pin. 4-time PBA Player of the Year, 86, 93, again in 1996 and 97 as you take a look at our score. And Walter Ray Williams Jr. got the match in hand.
Well, right now Walter Ray is looking very, very strong. The best that Robert Smith can do is 2:16. Walter Ray working on a 2:18 pace. And he knows when he's made a good shot.
So Walter Ray Williams Jr. with a strike in the 8th. He loves to play chess, and I think it's just checkmate right there.
Not quite,
All right.
not quite, Phil, but certainly puts him in very, very good position. As I said earlier, the best Robert Smith can do if he strikes in the 8th, 9th, 10th, and gets the next 2 from there is 2:16. And that's not a good shot, and that's really trouble. Very nice to get out the 9 pin, but still leaves himself with a difficult 3, 6, and 10.
Now you're trying to strike, bro.
High on that shot, so he is 35 pins down to Walter Ray Williams Jr. in the 8th frame.
He just barely makes it 3, 6, 10, but for Robert Smith, I really believe right now he knows it's going to be second place. It's still a very, very good learning experience for him. He's a talented young player and has nothing to hold his head in shame for right now. Finishing second out here is quite an accomplishment as well.
Recently got married to Dawn, if you're watching back home.
That lane is just looking so much right now. He keeps moving left, making the proper adjustments.
He's on the other lane.
He cannot keep the ball in the pocket, and Walter Ray cannot miss the pocket.
37-pin lead for Walter Ray Williams Jr.
This is hooking way too much now.
Deadeye has been just that here in this title match. Every ball in the pocket. He's left a couple of 10 pins. The first is 7 pins. Also 9 pins. 4. As Smith converts, so Walter Ray Williams Jr. now up in the 9th frame.
Way too much. Way too much.
We take a look at J.T. McDonald, the Director of Consumer Products for Brunswick. Nice to have him here, sitting next to Johnny DeFraglia. Walter Ray Williams is finally going to get the monkey off his back and win his 27th national title.
You know, it is tough. A lot of folks talk about all those second-place finishes, and you got to put it to rest at some time, and he did that today.
Well, he's a very, very driven player, and second place, where it's great for a lot of players. For Walter Ray, he's had enough of them, and boy, when things are going for you, things are going. He didn't need to do anything in the 10th frame. That's the congratulations from Robert Smith.
Reached the 4-9, so you're right. Didn't need to do anything. Still going to have the title, and that's got to be a nice feeling.
Well, it's nice knowing you can go into the 10th frame and not have to do anything. 2:14 for Walter Ray Williams Jr.
And the best Robert Smith can do, 191. So Walter Ray Williams Jr., the winner of the Brunswick Long Island Open, and that's going to be his 27th PBA championship. Finished second just a week ago. And comes right back as a top-seeded player this week and wins it. And now it's time for our Ginkova moment of concentration.
If you like, and subscribe.